Let me walk you guys through my full forearm workout to get big and strong forearms. I'm gonna walk you guys through how many sets I do, what workouts I do, and how many reps I do. Before I start working out, I like to warm up my forearms just by moving them around, doing basic curl movements, just curling them in, just rolling around my wrist, and just moving it back and forward because I don't want to get injured or anything. For the first workout, you're going to want to grab a flat bench, okay? A flat bench. After that, proceed to sit on it in this position. For this workout, you're going to want to grab a decently heavy weight. A weight that you could do from anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. And then you're going to want to support your forearm on the bench to stabilize it and to make sure you're just focusing on that part of the muscle. Now just position yourself well and hold your forearm down. You're going to want to try to keep your elbow on the bench at all times. Make sure to control the weight at all times too. Don't let it just go down with your wrist hella fast. You might just end up injuring your wrist if you do that. Do the same thing for the left side. Hold your forearm down and position yourself right. And do the same amount of reps for each side. If not, one side's gonna be bigger than the other. Almost forgot to mention, but make sure that the way you're doing takes you close to failure. Let me show you guys how to position your hand correctly for this workout. You're going to want to go over thumb and not a close grip that's almost like a fist because it won't stimulate the muscle as much. Look, this is how you curl in the weight. The camera didn't catch it, but you have to make sure that you're rolling the dumbbell into your fingers because it's going to stimulate the muscle even more, helping you build up even more muscle. Just like this, and I will say it again, slow and controlled. Make sure you're curling the weight in as much as possible while keeping your forearm and wrist in a stable position. This is a demonstration, and this is how it's supposed to look. Now, just put it all together, and like I said, close to failure or to failure, and you're about to see it right now. And almost like a superset, I like to lift it up like the hammer curl. This workout is called the wrist curl. You're going to want to do this workout for 4 sets, each set 8 to 12 reps. And like I said, slow and controlled. Keep your forearm on the bench. Make sure the weight is going down with your fingers. Overhand grip. Keep your elbow on the bench and close to failure. This workout works the wrist flexors. This is where it's located and it's one of the biggest parts of the forearm, so it stands out. Let's move on to the next workout. For this next workout, you can still use the flat bench that you already have. You're going to want to get down on your knees and position your forearm over the bench. And same thing as last time, overhand grip. This one should be pretty simple. Just lift up your wrist. Don't move your elbows too much and try to keep them close to the bench. This is how it should be looking right now. Slow and controlled like always. For this one, you're going to want to grab a lighter weight because it's a bit harder. This is what it looks like from a different angle. And I forgot to mention, on the last workout, it's the same thing for this one. Look, listen very clearly to what I'm about to tell you. Your hand should not be hitting the bench. Not the side of the bench, not the top of the bench. The dumbbell should not be hitting it. So put your hands a bit more far out if it does hit it. And you should find the right position where it's not too far or too close. This workout is called the wrist extension. You're going to want to do this workout for 4 sets, anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. And like I said, close to failure, slow and controlled. Don't move your elbow too much, and keep your elbows a bit close to the bench. This works all the muscles on the top part of your forearm. This is what they look like and what they are called. Let's move on to the next workout. If you ever come across a bit of trouble doing the other workout, then do this one instead, and it works the same muscles, the top part of the forearm. This is what it looks like from a different angle. It is pretty much the same idea, little to no difference. The only thing you have to do is lift up your tippy toes a little bit so it can stabilize your forearms better. Let's move on to the next workout. For this one, you're going to need a rope grip. For this workout, you're going to want to do a lighter weight, nothing heavy, something you can control. The machine we're using for this is a rowing machine, and this is how you tie a knot to the rope to make it easier for the workout. You're going to want to grab the long side of the rope and get under the rowing machine, just like this. Now just put your elbow on the rowing machine and keep it stabilized and not try to move it too much. This is similar to a hammer curl. The only difference is that it focuses more on your forearm than the bicep. You might feel it a bit on the bicep, but it's normal. You're going to want to do this one close to failure like all of the other ones, and switch sides just by getting up and going to the other side. Pretty simple. And if you're in Planet Fitness like me, make sure to put down the weight slowly so the Luke alarm won't sound. Remember, this is like a hammer curl, so make sure you're keeping your wrist in a neutral position. Make sure you're controlling the weight up and down. During this workout, make sure to put your shoulder back and not lean your stomach/chest onto the bench, so you could make sure you're focusing on the forearm. If you don't do this, you might feel a bit of pain on your shoulder. And this is what it should look like all together. You see how I'm making sure to keep my elbow on the machine? This workout is called a cable row hammer curl. You're going to want to do this for 4 sets, anywhere from 8 to 12 reps, close to failure. This workout works the brachioradialis, one of the biggest muscles that stands out in the forearm. This is how it looks and where it's located. An alternative to this is the overhand grip workout. Grab the specific bar for this workout. You could go a bit heavier on this workout since it's a bit easier. But keep in mind that the other one makes sure that the brachioradialis is getting activated and stimulated more. For this one, you're going to want to do an overhand grip, and it's the same concept. 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps, close to failure. Try not to move your elbows too much and slow and controlled. This is what it should look like. And you see me put the weight down because I did a drop set/superset where you lower the weight so you could go even closer to failure. This is the full workout, and make sure you're doing anywhere from 8 to 12 reps on each set. And make sure you're taking 2 minute and 30 seconds break in between each set to maximize growth. This should be the end result after a few months of hard work. I hope you guys enjoyed my full forearm workout. And this is Saul, and you already know, Saul out.